Hello my friends, it's Johnaroth, and today I'm going to be playing with another new Tarkir Dragonstorm commander. This one specifically was just released as part of the Commander Precon cards that were put onto Arena, kind of a special edition for this deck. And this one is Betor, Ancestor's Voice. Betor is a 5 mana, 2 colorless, 1 white, 1 black, 1 green, Spirit Dragon that has flying and lifelink. It's a 3/5, and at the beginning of your end step, put a number of +1/+1 counters on up to one other target creature you control, equal to the amount of life you gain this turn. You can also return up to one target creature card with mana value less than or equal to the amount of life you lost this turn from your graveyard to the battlefield. So basically, Betor can make other creatures bigger depending on the amount of life that you gain that turn, or you can return creatures from the graveyard onto the battlefield depending on how much life you lost. So this whole deck is kind of built around life gain and life loss. There is several combos in this deck as well. For our early slots, we have a lot of cards that gain us life, like Guide of Souls, Lunarch Veteran that I seem to draw almost every game, Soul Warden, those types of cards, as well as ramp cards like Delighted Halfling, Birds of Paradise. When you look up to your 2 slots, there's a lot of support cards, but then we do get life gain and loss from Ellis, Amalia, Gifted Etherborn, Sorin, etc. Going up to the 3 slots, there's a lot of value cards, including some combo cards. Veto is great because whenever you gain life, your opponent can lose that much life. If you have this card on the battlefield as well as the Exquisite Blood, if you gain 1 life, you win the game because of that combo, because of the cycle of winning or gaining life and then your opponent losing life. It goes on infinitely. We also have that combo again through the Bloodthirsty Conqueror, Enduring Tenacity, as well as another combo in this deck, the Bloodletter of Aklasotz with the Unstoppable Slasher, where it takes off half the life of your opponent, and then the Bloodletter says however much life they lost, they lose that much again. There's a lot of combo pieces in this deck. It's focused on creating creatures that grow bigger as you gain life each turn. Betor is a lot of fun to play, and I'm really excited to take him into the queue. So let's take this giant Spirit Dragon and see if it can be our winning bet. Let's go. For our very first game, we have to fight against some Rice-A-Roni. Our opponent is playing a new alchemy card, Hamza, Might of the Yathen. As far as our hand goes, it's a little slow. We do have some surveil lands, some removal. If we can get 1 more land, we'll have cultivate, and we do get to go first, so I am going to keep this. Let's put down the shadowy backstreet so we can surveil. Another land is good, we'll keep that. Hamza, Might of the Yathen, says whenever a creature you control is turned face up, it endures X, where X is that creature's toughness. And he has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, seek a creature card and manifest it. So for our second turn, I am going to kill the Delighted Halfling to get rid of his ramp. It will slow us down in our 3rd turn, but it should set him back a little bit. Opponent puts down another land. We're going to... This is where we get hurt because we don't have green mana. I'm going to put down the Triome, unfortunately. It's kind of a wasted turn in a way, which bothers me, but it is what it is. Next turn we'll be able to cast Cultivate, get some more lands. Opponent has 3 mana. He summons an Order Lord, so he's going to ramp as well. Okay, we're going to cast Cultivate. Get some more lands. Definitely need the forest. And outside of that, I'm going to choose a swamp because we have a lot of black mana. We'll put the forest onto the battlefield and put down the concealed courtyard. We actually could cast Bolas's Citadel next turn if we wanted. But I'm probably going to distract our opponent with some other moves here. We could also summon our commander. Summoning our commander could be a good move too, especially if we got down the veteran first. Play the veteran and then gain life from Betor. Coming onto the battlefield, just to be clear. I really like the idea of a Citadel, though. Our opponent is thinking carefully. Our opponent is really thinking carefully. Come on, Rice-A-Roni, don't be scared. It's just a game. Our opponent passes, goes to us. We're going to put down a land. I'm going to summon the Lunarch Veteran. And then bring out our commander, Betor. We will gain a life, and Betor will allow us to put a +1/+1 counter. We cannot get a creature from the graveyard, so we'll submit 0. It's now our opponent's turn again. On our turn, we're probably going to get down the Citadel. Unless our opponent has run away in terror. It could just be a connection issue or something. I don't know the situation for our opponent, but we'll see. While we're waiting for our opponent, Betor is actually one of the new commander cards that they actually released on Arena. So after Tarkir Dragonstorm came out, they released all the commanders of the commander precon decks onto Arena as well to play with those. So I was really excited to play with this version of Betor. I did play with the other version of Betor that came out in the main set as a deck, and this is the other version, so I've been really excited to get to test this, but we'll see. And our opponent explodes. They just couldn't handle the power of the dragon. Our first game is a win. Was really excited to see how this game went, but I'm going to keep this game in because a win is a win, and have a flawless victory right now with Betor. Good game, opponent. Second game is against Narset Jeskai Waymaster, another new commander. We do have some really good turn 1 and 2 plays here. I am going to keep this. We're going to play the Flooded Strand. Go for black and white mana. Pay the 2 life. Let's get out an Esper Sentinel. Opponent has a tapped land. We're going to put down another land and get out a Guide of Souls. Swing in with the Esper Sentinel. And I am going to activate my land now, just in case, because our opponent is playing blue, he could have a Tail's End or something that could stop our fetch lands, so I'm going to do this now. I'm going to go for the... let's see... Underground Mortuary, because we do need some more black mana, as well as green. We're going to scry. Voice of the Blessed. I am going to put that down for now. We are going to put down a land. We're going to say dragon. We're going to attack. Not really getting any great moves right now, though, unfortunately. Opponent's eyeing both of our creatures. He's going to kill the Esper Sentinel. Opponent has a copter. We also draw a land. We're going to surveil. We will take the Verge. This is probably about as much land as we need. Opponent's eyeing our Guide of Souls. Maybe he's trying to get rid of him. It's a slick shot show off. He's probably looking like he's going to staff the copter. Yep, hit us for 3. Let's get out our commander. He cannot counter our commander. We're going to swing in for 1. We're going to put a +1/+1 on the Guide of Souls because of Betor. Okay, our opponent's attacking us with the copter. I'm assuming he probably has some sort of direct damage spell since he's playing in red. So I'm actually not going to block this. Opponent's going to use Fury. We're going to put down a land. We can kill the Fury. Because that is a double strike creature. You know what? Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to summon the Exemplar. We're going to attack with Betor. Get a +1 on the Exemplar, draw a card. We're going to put +3, +1, +1 counters on the Exemplar, who's now a 7/7. So this is where Betor's really starting to actually make a difference in the game. As you can see, the Exemplar is already pumped up a lot because of Betor. I'm going to block the Copter with the Exemplar because I don't trust the Fury, quite honestly. He's going to hit us for 6, which is a lot, but Red tends to struggle a little bit to deal with spells greater than this, so as long as he doesn't kill the Exemplar, we're in pretty decent shape. Yeah, and our opponent scoops. On our turn, we can kill a creature, we can get out the Enduring Innocence, we can swing in for a massive hit of damage and then pump up either the Innocence or the Exemplar. I really don't see him getting through all of that. Usually Red struggles to deal damage to creatures that are greater than, 3, typically 4, sometimes 5 is a real stretch. So really good game, opponent. Our next game is against Roxanne, so this is a very scary commander that can get out lots of meteorites to get lots of mana and deal lots of damage. We do get to go first, and we do have some ramp here early in the game, so I'm going to keep this. We'll put down the Brushland, summon the Birds of Paradise. For our second turn, we're going to put down the Verdant Catacombs. I'm going to get a Godless Shrine to get black and white mana. We're going to summon the Enduring Innocence. Pass the turn. Opponent gets a Dousing Dagger. We are going to have to move pretty quickly on this game because our opponent's going to ramp and then hit us hard. So we are going to put out the Bloodletter and then attack with the Enduring Innocence. Bloodletter is a very strong creature. What it does is it's a 2/4, and if our opponent would lose life, they lose twice the amount of life for that creature. We do have the Unstoppable Slasher, which is a great combo if we can keep this out and have the Bloodletter out. We could also get out Betor. So I'm going to play a land, and we're going to go for our commander. We're going to swing in with both of these creatures. We get to put +1/+1 counters on another creature. I'm going to put it on the Bloodletter. Submit 0. So now our Bloodletter is a 4/6. And if our opponent... our opponent did manage to wipe out a couple creatures, but we have Bloodletter and Betor on the battlefield. We are going to hit him for a massive hit of at least 14 damage. Our opponent's only at 13 life, so there's no way he's going to come out of that. So that was a really good game. Betor pumping up the Bloodletter allowed it to survive. So great synergy between those cards. Good game. Game is against Brawl, Storm Conduit. We have nothing but black cards in our hand. However, Dark Ritual into Black Market Connections is huge. That's going to give us some serious advantage, so I am going to keep this hand. To be honest, Fatal Push and Dismember are probably not going to be very good against him, but getting out that Black Market Connections is a big deal. And our opponent scoops. Are you looking at my hand, opponent? How did you know what I have? It's... Did you see that? Literally turn 1, we won with Betor. We didn't even cast a spell. Good game. Next game is against Lurus. So basically a bring creatures back from the graveyard. We actually have a Lurus in our hand, which is funny. What we really need is just one land, and this hand is pretty good because of the Cultivate. I'm going to keep it and try. Put down our land. No need to pay the life, just have it tapped. We need one more land. I'm going to put down the Cavern of Souls, and we'll say Spirit, because we have a lot of spirits in our... This is a spirit. Betor is a spirit. Skyclave is a spirit. We just need one land. One land. That's all I'm asking for, please. Opponent has a Bronco. We did draw the land. I don't want him to get card draw, so I am going to get the Godless Shrine, which we'll pay 2 life for. And we will get out the Skyclave Apparition to take care of the Bronco. I've always liked Lurus. It's a really good card. It's really interesting. Okay, our opponent's going to have a Bitter Blossom. We're going to put down a land. Cast Cultivate. Let's just ramp. We need green mana pretty badly, so we'll take the Forest. And then another Swamp. Put down the Forest. Swing in for 2. Opponent's going to cut down the Spirit. Going to sacrifice the Fairy for mana using the Phyrexian Tower and get a Case of the Stash Skeleton to get a skeleton out. We're going to put down a land. I'm gonna get out a Voice of the Blessed. And then I'm going to summon Sorin. Or not. Opponent had a Mana Tithe of all things. We are not going to block either one of those. Take the damage. Opponent is certainly taking their time. Kills the Voice of the Blessed with Bone Shards. Gonna get out Lurus. And we're going to re-summon our Voice of the Blessed. Opponent has Felia, but then Scoops. Yeah, unfortunately on our turn we're going to have some serious advantage. Having Lurrus on the battlefield and then getting out Betor, who also has life gain, is going to just give us a big advantage over these small creatures. Lurrus is a really good commander. A lot of value from the graveyard, but it's for mana value or 2 or less. So if you can make it through the initial swarm, take out some of the initial advantage or value, then it is a lot easier to win the games against Lurrus. Really good game, though. I really like the commander. Thank you, my friends, for watching another one of my videos. This one featuring Betor, Ancestor's Voice. Betor is a very fun commander to play, and this deck really makes you have to think a little bit as far as how you're going to gain life and where you want to put counters, and how much life you're willing to lose in order to bring things back from the dead. I will say over the games that I played a lot, I really ended up using the counter function, adding counters to creatures a lot more than the resurrection function, bringing things out of the graveyard back into the battlefield. I would put Betor at about a mid-C tier as far as power levels can go. You can play some amazing games where you swing in with massive creatures and dominate for victory. But several board wipes or multiple counter spells on a commander that costs 5 mana can seriously hurt you, which is why we do have some anti-control elements in this deck like Delighted Halfling, Cavernous Souls, those types of things. So I do recommend giving it a shot, but go in using this deck with some tempered expectations. The deck list is in the description below. Please don't forget to like. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to leave a comment below talking about Betor or Magic or your favorite type of music or why coffee is amazing. I don't really care. I just love interacting with the Magic community. Thank you so much for watching my video. Have a great day.